fast forward, you come more so a GH Politics Avenue. Political stories are trending, make headlines. And a gemre na EDB Akroma Ewaha, and the Yemenia home brag Simu, Unia. Say, and a day the Kanya, Mr. Say with me, a subscribe to the channel, and mommy. But when you also with my notification bell, so share now for front so answer into me income. I mean, sure, I want you to say what you may answer at the amami. I need you more young queen Simu. When you are queen Sima, and Godfred Odame, it me echo pium, oh CID, as we ye. Nina Ijna, a year, say, Utimi, a year so obelio, a year, Jabba, now Utimi, a secure conviction in a false pretense against a year after forcing, a Jabba, in say, Sebia son Sebia Nyado, say, offer fufra, and Yamisono. Ene omukopiemu ewo court. I beg your pardon, CID headquarters. Unya enye asem koto akra. Neni nyina eni se edoma idi eye Godfred Odame echi. Unya ne enya asem koto. Na wo hwe lawyers maku 70. No mo kana ho a na ededi bi fe se empani ampa MPP amanyoko no mo eni abre. Na wo hwe a and some potty pa in a itimi isi ewo CID headquarters ho. Yenhwe aftermath of it, abra ebida for attraction mobile in Chrimme. I see EG Politics Avenue.
General Godfred Odame has done nothing wrong. Well, those were the words of his deputy when he was Attorney General. I'm talking about Godfred. He says that with these charges that have been brought against him, that's Godfred Odame, in the end, he will be vindicated. Let's take a listen to former Deputy Attorney General Godfred. We'll walk you through exactly why Godfred Odame had to even be at the CID, the Ghana Police Service, earlier today. In fact, he went to the office of the CID with a team of 70 lawyers. Imagine that. But this is it. This is Deputy Attorney General Godfred. Take a look.
We invited to appear for the CID this morning. We got here around 10:05. We had to wait for over 1.5 hours. Interrogation just started. He's well composed. He's ready to face the interrogators. And at the end of the day, people of Ghana get to know that all these charges against are trumped up once. I mean, the former AG in his office as the AG discharged his duties with all diligence. I was his deputy, and I can state without any equivocation that he has done nothing untoward to merit this kind of charge that has been brought against him. But at the end of the day, truth will stand. Truth will stand. Godfred will be vindicated.
Would you say this is just purely political, based on what we do to articulate?
Purely political, and I think it's also coming out of dislike for Godfred Odame. The complainant in this particular case, he knows deep down his heart that this matter would have arisen if he had not gone to see one of his relatives, the Supreme Court judge, to speak to Godfred Odame. And so he knows that Odame is innocent, but he still wants to press it. We are ready for him. Godfred is ready for him. People of Ghana will get to know the true facts behind these trump-up charges. Reporters came around, and the police in their protocol decided to let some of them go out of the main premises. Maybe they have their own protocols, but I don't think they will breach any rule by coming here to support the former Attorney General. Let's remember, he was the leader of the bar. And someone in this high office, we expect that when there's any matter against him, people will just come and then support him. There are a lot of lawyers around here. There are other supporters outside the police headquarters. But I can assure you, we've never broken any rule, and that's why the place is so calm. Whether intimidation or not, we are here to state what we know about the matter. Godfred Odame is not guilty, he's very innocent. At the end of the day, he will be vindicated. The supporters too are at the gate, and we are very sure that they are not being molested. But if there should be any such thing, we'll definitely protest.
Thank you very much.
So that's Godfred. He deputized Godfred Odame when he was Attorney General, Minister of Justice of the Republic of Ghana. The process has just started. at the Criminal Investigations Department of Ghana Police Service. So it's one that we'll see how the coming days will look like. There was a question that was asked of him when they were to return to the CID. He says that, well, they don't have any information as of exactly when they would have to return. And we'll hear from the CID boss shortly. But also, we spoke to another lawyer who is also the legal officer for the MPP, the opposition New Patriotic Party, Frank Davis, who also indicated, quite on the same lines of Alfred Chayabua, that these charges are frivolous and it would end nowhere. These were his words. Let's take a look at this.
There was a delay because obviously, there's no queries in the probation to the page. So you were assisting the police very the investigation is, so to speak, the aftermath. It is 30 days yet, so I don't want to preempt anything about charges. We just came here to honor their intentions. We are looking forward for what they will have to say subsequent. At least we have also told them what we know about the complaint. So we'll be waiting for them to do this.
Actually, I don't really think about the petition. I think it's just a political thing more.
But what is your take?
I am a journalist.
Well, I'm also a lawyer. What is your take? A matter which has received judicial pronouncement. This is the first time we are hearing it.
What is like us?
Since complaint has been made already, it has received a judicial pronouncement. So what?
And what do you?
Is it not obvious to you? Is it not obvious what the implications are? So, guys, I need no say. You should also from the open good.
What is the police tell you as the other day? How for this?
What did the police tell us?
What is it tell you? Are you coming back? The bus is to find out the right place.
Are we coming back?
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
Well, so that's just an idea of how the reactions after Godfred Dame responded. In fact, he had to go to the office of the CID earlier today upon that particular invitation, and the details, as we've seen, the reactions after that engagement. And you just heard there Frank Davis, who's the head of the legal director of the New Patriotic Party. You saw Gary Nimakom and the others there, and Dennis Baberi Squires with me. And then you hear some of the lawyers who went there indicate that they went there with a crack team of...
Yeah, that was a crack team of lawyers. Because in there you'd find the respected Leonard Freddie Blay in the picture. I also saw former Deputy Attorney General. He actually spoke to the press.
Yeah.
You'd find his own counsel, Frank Davis. Also in one of the visuals, I saw Eko, who was the...
Eko Esuman, yes.
Eko Esuman, lawyer to the former president.
Yeah.
Yes, and a lot more of them. So, I mean, it's fair to say that it was a crack team of lawyers that accompanied the former Attorney General to that particular invitation by the CID. But just to put matters into their proper perspective, we have been following this issue quite closely ever since it broke, to the effect that Richard Japa, from that famous trial of the ambulance, is still pursuing some aspects of the case, which has to do with an audio recording that had him in conversation with the former Attorney General. Also part of that had to do with a meeting that was said to have been held in the residence of one of the Supreme Court justices, Justice Kolendi's residence. I mean, what is of a fact now is the fact that that meeting actually did happen, but the purpose of that meeting is what is in dispute. So the allegation made by Richard Japa is to the effect that the meeting and that correspondence between him and the Attorney General was what he says an attempt by the Attorney General to procure a favorable response from him in order to convict the the current finance minister, who was the former majority leader in the person of Dr. Kessel Atto-Forson. So that is basically the crux of the matter for which we are now before the CID for that to be investigated. In the view of Richard Japa, whatever happened amounts to what he says is fabrication of evidence, which is a crime he wants the CID to investigate. We'll soon get into the specific responses of the former Attorney General, who has disputed all of those claims, put the matters in what he believes are the proper context, and why the CID should not even investigate the matter in the first place, because in his view, it is res judicata, means the matter has already been decided. So,
but was this matter decided as part of the court proceedings in the ambulance trial? Because
yes, at a point when this tape came out in the public and it was
admitted as evidence.
Yes, it was admitted in evidence because when it came to light that there was this kind of conversation, then lawyers for the first accused person, who is in the person of Dr. Akistilfos in that particular matter, applied for a mistrial to say that to the extent that the Attorney General had that kind of communication with one of the accused persons, and as the narration was, seeking to get a favorable response from him to convict him, it meant that it had tainted the whole trial, for which the trial should not progress. So they filed an application for a mistrial. That application was dismissed. And in dismissing same, the court made some pronouncements as to the weight of those WhatsApp correspondence, the audio recording, and indeed the meeting. So that is what he's now arguing, to say that to the extent that the court has made a pronouncement on that matter, it basically settles it.
I see.
For which reason the Criminal Investigations Department should not be looking at it. But the new information we got this evening was to the effect that after all of it all, the former Attorney General was admitted to a self-recognizance bail. So, I mean, that's what we heard from his lawyer.
Sure.
But like I was saying, he basically raises issues even with the allegation itself, trying to put the offense in itself and match it with the facts as they are. And saying that when you look at what constitutes an offense of fabrication of evidence and what is reported to have, or what purportedly happened between himself and Richard Japa, it does not have all the elements to ground a charge in respect of fabrication of evidence.
Right.
And to that extent, it falls short. He also raises matters of, like I mentioned, a matter that it has already been adjudicated and pronounced by the High Court, and to that extent, it should not, the CID should not be looking into that matter any further. In law, we say it is res judicata. Now, he also now goes on to give an account of the instances that he and Richard Japa met. And he says, in his own words, that without Justice Kolendi, there wouldn't have been a Dami and Japa. That is to say, the only nexus between the two of them was because he attended upon an invitation of His Lordship Justice Yoni Kolendi at his residence. And that when he was in the residence, then Richard Japa, who is a cousin to the learned His Lordship, came to the residence. And that was the only instance that they met. That outside, beside the courtroom and the residence of Justice Yoni Kolendi, he has not met Japa anywhere. And that even when he was in Justice Yonendi's residence with Japa, he maintained an open mind and he did not do anything that seemed to suggest that he wanted to compromise the ongoing trial. So basically, that is the response of the former Attorney General in respect of these particular matters. He puts it 50-paragraph response to the CID. So we're now looking forward to what exactly the CID will do going forward. Like we heard from his counsel, that they really do not know what's going to happen next. But of course, since the response has been given to the CID, we expect that the CID will be those to now dictate the next line of action. We do know that's not the only petition before the CID. We also know of a petition or a complaint that has been made by one Ghanaian citizen by name Daniel Mafo in respect of the same set of facts, but with different persons. He is seeking that an investigation be opened in respect of Richard Japa, who is the complainant in this matter, and then His Lordship Justice Yoni Kolendi. We are looking forward to see if those two would also be invited by the CID to also be interrogated, just as the former Attorney General has been done. But that is also to say that beyond the former Attorney General being before the General Legal Counsel in respect of complaints of professional misconduct, he's also before the CID in respect of an alleged crime.
I see. And it's one that we'll see how the coming days will look like on this. So we're keeping a very keen...
Court on Tuesday, October 7, Chairman Wontumi was granted bail in the sum of 1 million cedis with 2 sureties. This follows his appearance before the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service after a threat of arrest by the Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine. There's more in this report.
The trial of the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard Nkwibuesiako, is set to begin on Tuesday, October 7, 2025. This follows his appearance before the CID on Monday, October 6, in compliance with the directive from the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayeni. Dr. Ayeni had early on Friday, October 3, cautioned that the NPP regional chairman would be arrested if he failed to report to the CID, stressing that the charges against him had already been approved.
The charges against Chairman Wontumi, Akunta Mining, and 5 others have been signed as I speak. His lawyers asked that he should be brought on Tuesday, but I'm insisting that he should be here on Monday. If he doesn't come on Monday, I'm going to order for his arrest.
Lawyer for Chairman Wontumi, Andy Apiakubi, has described the Attorney General's comments about his client as distasteful.
It is incorrect to anybody to suggest that we have been lukewarm to the invitations from the Director General's office. I know that the Director General works for the Attorney General in terms of prosecution. So I consider the discourse between my good self or my office and the Director General's office as equally, by extension, to the Attorney General's office. But I want to express my disappointment in the warning that the refusal to defer the meeting. The warning was that it should Chairman Wontumi fail to appear, he will order the arrest of Chairman Wontumi and go to Accra. Indeed, we don't need to unnecessarily increase the political temperature in the country, and we have responded to all invitations, all.
Speaking after the engagement with the CID, Andy Apiakubi commended the professionalism of the police service and said his team was fully prepared for Tuesday's court appearance.
Let us also congratulate the police system for being so professional in the discharge of their responsibility. We also take this opportunity to congratulate the Attorney General who has facilitated all this. We will see you in court tomorrow. We are not supposed to prove innocence. Our job is to allow prosecution to finish, and then we will come in with our response. Could be submission of no case, could be a defense to the allegations.
Chairman Wontumi is facing charges linked to alleged illegal mining activities involving Akunta Mining Limited, a company reportedly associated with him.
The former Attorney General Godfred Odame has done nothing untoward to merit the charges brought against him and will in the end be vindicated. Those are the words of former Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tuah, who also alleged that the charges against his former boss are being politically motivated. Noble Crosby Annan reports.
The former Attorney General Godfred Odame reported to the Criminal Investigations Department to assist with investigations following a formal petition filed against him. The petition was submitted by Richard Jakpa, Director of Special Operations at the National Security Secretariat. Jakpa, who was a key figure in the ambulance procurement case involving Finance Minister Dr. Addo, is calling for a probe into alleged misconduct and what he describes as attempted fabrication of evidence. Responding to the allegations against his former boss, former Deputy Attorney General described all allegations against Godfred Odame as politically motivated.
Purely political, and I think it's also coming out of dislike for Godfred Odame. The complainant in this particular case, he knows deep down his heart that this matter would have arisen if he had not gone to see one of his relatives, the Supreme Court judge, to speak to Godfred Odame. And so he knows that Odame is innocent, but he still wants to press it. We are ready for him. Godfred is ready for him.
According to him, Godfred Odame is innocent of all the allegations.
The former AG in his office as the AG discharged his duties with all diligence. I was his deputy, and I can state without any equivocation that he has done nothing untoward to merit this kind of charge that has been brought against him. But at the end of the day, truth will stand. Truth will stand. Godfred will be vindicated.
Another leading NPP lawyer, Frank Davis, who also accompanied Godfred Odame, questioned why the matter had resurfaced despite a judicial pronouncement on the same issue.
A matter which has received judicial pronouncement. This is the first time we are hearing it.
What is like that?
6 complaints has been made already. It has received a judicial pronouncement. So what? And what here? Is it not obvious to you? Is it not obvious what the implications are? So, guys, I need no say.
Meanwhile, tension briefly flared outside the CID headquarters when some supporters of Godfred Dame clashed with police officers who tried to disperse them.
We a nsema hodua itimi ekoso ewo channel so mama not so jimre ewa da sene so ba de ne dia dumbi edomani besen rem na yasum yi pa aha AGH Politics Avenue.